You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID.
If we want to crack down on illegal working...
Oh, right. How's that playing out in countries that have got, European countries that have got ID cards?
Politicians have a habit of addressing problems by taking away your freedom. They ignore obvious solutions in favour of ones that coerce and control you. But if you can spot their tactics, not only can you protect your rights, you can protect the rights of your children and live a life that is truly free. Firstly, I want you to see how digital IDs have been presented.
Our immigration system does need to be fair if we want to maintain that binding contract that our politics is built on. Otherwise, it undermines trust, undermines people's faith that we're on their side, and their belief that the state can and will work for them. And that is why today I am announcing this government will make a new free-of-charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.
So Keir Starmer wants you to believe this is where the world is going, that the country is fed up with illegal migration, and this digital IDs are the way we need to end it. But what Michelle Dewberry says here perfectly sums up how most Brits actually see it.
I'll tell you what I think. I think it's an absolute disgrace. This concept that this is to stop illegal migration, that is a lie. That is just the latest low-hanging fruit excuse that they've come up with to try and get people to buy into this, because they know the public sentiment is against illegal migration. People want it controlled. So what they're bargaining on and gambling on is there's such a fury about illegal migration that this might finally be the thing that allows us to get this over the line. They've tried to get this over the line now for goodness knows how many decades. They've failed all the time.
Why do politicians ignore the obvious solutions and instead push for extreme ones? Maybe it's because their goal is not to solve problems, but to control us. Just imagine, a couple of weeks ago, Keir Starmer welcomed Donald Trump into the UK. Now, whether you like Trump or not, the facts are the facts. Since he came into office, America has seen a 91.8% drop in illegal border encounters compared with the year before. You might not agree with all his policies, but clearly he did something right. One thing he didn't do was introduce digital IDs. Meanwhile, Keir Starmer wants Britain to follow the likes of France and Germany, countries that already use digital IDs but still haven't solved illegal immigration. And we know this because most of our illegal immigration comes straight from Europe. We're an island, for goodness sake. The idea is meant to be that illegal work is an incentive for people to come. The reason digital IDs will not work, though, is simple. Illegal migrants and the companies that hire them don't obey the law. It's already illegal to hire someone without the right to work in this country. And the Turkish barbershops, the dodgy car washes, and the people renting out Deliveroo accounts, none of them are going to voluntarily sign up to this new system. So it will only affect law-abiding citizens. And the government knows this. They know that the only way to stop illegal migration is to make sure that nobody arrives in the first place, and that anyone who hires them will pay severe penalties. So we have to ask the question, if not to stop illegal migration, why are they doing this? Maybe it's not actually about solutions.
Everything that you just mentioned, Joe, you say, oh yeah, we go to supermarkets, we park. There's a really key point to that, and that is called consent. You choose.
Yes.
If you choose to go to a supermarket and have a loyalty card, you choose to give all that data away. If you choose to, I don't know, go on whatever and fill in whatever, that's a choice. When you start mandating to people that this is what you have to do, people must always remember the COVID lockdowns and what they did to people. They had vaccine passports. They tried to control you within an inch of your life. If you don't have this injection, which, by the way, does not stop transmission, they stopped you travelling, they stopped you socialising.
But the
if
government...
you trust this government...
The previous government brought in the need for photographic ID in order to be able to vote.
Just like COVID, they always say to keep you safe, we need to take away your freedom. And yet their solutions just don't seem to work. In the 1500s, you could be beheaded for blasphemy until the Puritans campaigned to end that. Today, you can be arrested for praying outside an abortion clinic. The tools may have changed. The obsession with control never does. So why on earth would we give you 24/7 access to us online? That's why we must oppose tyrants. That's why we must oppose digital ID.
But I've got no issue. I've got no issue with you having to prove that you're eligible to vote.
So if you
based on a plethora of ID and everything that's available.
Some people don't have passports. Some people don't have driving licenses.
But then in that case, you can apply by choice. Again, the key word is choice. You're not mandated to vote. There's no mandate.
Well, you can
choose to apply for an ID card if that's what you want to do.
If we want to crack down on illegal working.
Oh, right. How's that playing out in countries that have got, European countries that have got ID cards?
It hasn't made the slightest difference.
No illegal migration, no illegal
I'm not
working.
saying, but it's not all about illegal migration. It's about an illegal.
Well, that's the way it's being sold.
I know, and I know that's Michelle's point, but it is, in principle, it is not a bad idea.
Isn't it? I mean, I actually take Michelle's view on this, but isn't it the truth about the matter is that they can't solve the migration, they can't solve the illegal migration issue, they can't stop people coming across, they're not prepared to do the really tough, make the tough decisions, so they keep on making these kind of quasi-legal or quasi-PR exercises in order to stop it, and that doesn't work. And all that will happen now is there will be a tremendous row about this, and then the numbers coming into the country will be exactly the same, and along comes Farage, and that will be the end of it.
They'll say it's just like a passport or it's just like voter ID, but that's a lie. You can choose not to vote. You can burn your passport. You can live without one and you can't be tracked by it. Digital ID is totally different. You can't opt out. It's mandatory. It will affect your banking, your GP, like everything. It's permanent. It's not just an identifier. It's a live surveillance system. And we already know the government is trigger happy when it comes to arresting people for wrongthink. For society to progress, people must be free to debate and to resist bad ideas. And for Christians like me, we need the freedom to proclaim the gospel. But digital IDs hand the government total visibility over who you are, where you go, and what you say. But Christian or not, we must oppose this because God gave government power to punish evil and uphold justice, not to control every detail of your life. And the government cannot play God. And God gave individuals the responsibility to shape culture. Digital IDs are a direct assault on that God-given order. But it's not over. Over 500,000 people have already signed the petition saying, we do not want digital IDs. And you can add your name at the link in the description. Maybe though, here's a thought. Maybe what the devil meant for evil, God will use for good. Maybe this policy will be the very policy that takes Keir Starmer out of number 10. And maybe it will teach whoever comes next that when you try to take away our freedoms, we fight back. We're not giving up easy. We're not handing over our God-given rights. We will fight for our freedom, for our families, and for our children's future. Now, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace and blessings.